Hey guys, Marstinkin here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are knocking out another Extreme Super Battle Road no items run, and today we are going to be doing the Super Physical versus Extreme INT stage. So this one we actually did workshop the team on live stream that I did the other night, where we were trying out some of the stages live to see if we could get the no items runs done on stream, and we changed around the physical team build quite a little bit, and then I think we settled on this one right near the end of the stream. Had a really good run, and then unfortunately had a little bit of bad luck at the end. And then after that, I couldn't find any more Kid Gohan friends. So we decided to move on to trying a different stage. So the good thing is, though, the team obviously can get the job done because you're watching this video now. But this was literally like the first or second attempt the next day after the stream. So we definitely locked onto a winner at the end of the stream there. Just unfortunately couldn't find any more Kid Gohan friends. So of course the main strategy, now we've started off with a bad starting rotation. You saw right at the beginning Gowasu and Zamasu didn't dodge a super attack, so not a great start right off the bat, to be honest. But we have not started off with the best starting rotation, because the main strategy for this team to get this no items run, obviously we had to complete all the other 10 stages first, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to get all of those videos out before I started doing the no item run videos, is because for this team we are using the fully easy aid now Kid Gohan from the original Super Battle Road rewards, because after his easy A he actually becomes incredibly good. So one of the main things that he does is, as long as you have a Goku on rotation, he gets really good damage reduction, which is like the main role that he performs now in this team, is that we're going to be running a Gohan on both rotations with a unit with a Goku in their name, so that he can be our main tank on both rotations. And then of course we have this physical Goku from the Metal Cooler movie. He is ridiculously good when it comes to Super Battle Road, with a 70% chance to stun. So we already take out Vegeta here, we've got Raditz stunned. So you can see we've recovered pretty well, even though unfortunately we had to take that whole bunch of damage in the first turn. And then the rest of the team is kind of made up with units that help support by giving defense. So you got Gowasu and Zamasu, give everybody defense and a little bit of ki, and then they can seal and have a built-in chance to dodge. Then we have the LR, Goku and Vegeta from year 3, who confuse into Gogeta, which, spoiler alert, does not happen at any point in this run. Because Extreme Super Battle Road, it's rare that you go 6 stages without dying or finishing off the enemy. But the reason they're on the team is obviously they are a very powerful unit. They are Rainbow for me. But because the unit is called Goku and Vegeta in their starting form, they do trigger Kid Gohan's passive. Now, if they were to transform into Gogeta, then they would stop activating his passive, which would actually be pretty awkward. But like I said, in this run and pretty much every single test run that we did, they never transformed once. So we don't have to worry about it. So we got Saiyaman 1 and 2. Again, they give ki and a defensive buff. And then the other unit that you've seen already floating around is MVP 17, who also gives ki and a defensive buff. And then he also lowers attack on super. So he lowers attack. Saiyaman 1 and 2 and Gowasu and Zamasu can seal. So basically every unit that floats into the third spot is helping out the rest of the rotation defensively, whilst also providing some kind of utility that helps the run overall. So here Nappa is literally attack lowered, sealed and stunned. So he's not doing anything in slot 1 over here, and we can get double supers. Now the Kid Gohan doesn't link up super well with the LR Gogeta. I think, to be honest, I think they literally only share legendary power. But they're just such a good unit. You obviously want to have a Goku in rotation with them, and Stunner Goku is the #1 choice, so he's on one of the rotations. But then we need one for the other rotation. I did try out the Super Saiyan Blue Nuka Goku. He could be viable, because as long as you pick up enough orbs, he can get decent defense. And then one of his big roles is that he can heal you quite a large amount if you're picking up tons of physical orbs. Him and the Vegeta were both really useful in the Realm of Gods no items run from the previous category stages. But I was just finding when we tested out the team on stream that we couldn't consistently pick up enough orbs for him to be able to tank really well. Whereas obviously the LR, Goku and Vegeta being an LR, and the fact that I am lucky enough to have them rainbow. Which is funny because after the actual 3 year, I think I had a dupe in them, and I had to wait the longest time to pull any more. And then, of course, with them being on a few banners recently, I've now gotten to that point where I think I actually do have at least one spare copy after rainbowing them. But yeah, you can see Gohan, he just chills out in the first slot, doesn't really take any damage. Then this Goku comes in, potentially gets the stun. And then he doesn't tank super well though, so we do have to be careful. Some of our undoings in the runs on streams have come where we can't put Goku in a slot where he's not being attacked by multiple different enemies. Because then, yeah, he can stun one of them, but then he's potentially going to take a ton of damage from the other one. So King Cold is stunned here, so we only get one attack in the first slot, so we put the Gogeta there. And then, of course, Gohan can come in the middle and just tank all of the hits from Frieza. And then I believe I targeted King Cold with Saiyaman 1 and 2, because obviously he's about to become unstunned at the start of next turn. So targeting him with the 12 key super from Saiyaman 1 and 2 allows us to seal him. So then the idea will be hopefully to finish off Frieza next turn, hopefully before he supers. And then King Cold is obviously unable to super attack because he is sealed. So moving into the next turn, and this is what's so good, right, is by having all of these units in slot 3 that give a defensive buff, like Gohan already tanks for next to nothing anyway, but it means if the enemy does super him, he does take noticeably less damage. When we were trying out the various team builds and we didn't have a unit in slot 3 that was buffing defense, we were taking probably 50k from a super, and you saw there with Gowasu in slot 3, we took 35k from a super. So that is a drastic improvement. And yeah, we take out Frieza here. Stun King Cold again. So yeah, we are very much in good territory here, which is funny when you consider that right at the very start, we took that super attack and lost a ton of health. And so we've basically been fighting back against having pretty low HP for pretty much the entirety of this second fight. So obviously the plan is to try and finish off the second fight before we get the Dokkan mode, so we can then go into the third fight, get a massive heal straight away. Honestly, I'm not opposed to... I can't remember how this goes, because I think at the time of recording the commentary, I think I recorded this run yesterday. But I wouldn't mind if we have to get the Dokkan attack at the end of this fight, because it is safer to go into the next fight with full health. Because even though Gohan can tank in slot 1, it only takes him to get a Dokkan attack, but then get like Goku supered in slot 2, and we could still die. So getting the Dokkan attack is all well and good, but we still have to survive the turn. So we do finish off King Cold here, so then we can move into the third fight, which is Turles and his crew. So 5 enemies. Now, it's tricky because it means there's lots of attacks, but it's good because obviously when there's 5 enemies, they have a lot less HP, so we're more likely to get a Dokkan attack that just absolutely destroys everyone. This is my kid Gohan as well, who is being link leveled. I wanted to be able to do a full level 10 links showcase for him once I'd got him fully easy aid. And at the time of recording this run, I think most of his links are 9 and 1 or 2 are 10. So I've almost got him finished, and then we can do a level 10 links showcase for him. But him being the one getting the Dokkan attack is obviously really good, because it means any links that he does share with this Goku are a much higher level. So he's at what, a 2.6 million attack stat, which is not bad. So we managed to hit all the nodes. So let's see just how much devastation we can cause here with the Great Ape transformation super for Kid Gohan. I'm pretty sure we mostly clear the field. So yeah, 3 million damage. Everyone's dead except Turles with the tiniest sliver of health. So Goku doesn't even really need to stun here. He just comes in, gets a crit and a stun anyway, because why not, and takes out Turles. So we literally just immediately destroy that entire team thanks to the Dokkan attack. So now we can go into Fight 4. We've got almost full HP. And as annoying as they can be sometimes, Buu and Babidi as the final fight is actually really good for us here. Because once we get rid of Babidi, we could just keep Buu stunned and sealed basically for the whole thing if we're lucky. So this potentially works out really well. I was very excited when I saw this starting rotation, because Gohan with Zamasu and Gowasu on rotation is just going to absolutely tank all of these attacks in slot 1, including any potential supers that would come our way. And then of course I did target Fat Buu just because with the 12 key super he does have a chance to stun. And unfortunately, despite even getting an additional super here, we don't get the stun. And this is where the good old Super Battle Road shenanigans come into play, because all of those attacks in slot 1, no super attack. So then Gogeta comes in to do some damage to Babidi, and then Buu, in the single only other attack that wasn't in slot 1, decides to hit us with a super for 180k on the LR, Goku and Vegeta. So as I'm sure you can imagine, I was rather annoyed when that happened, because we are now sitting at just under 50% HP. And we are in a situation where, again, like I was speaking about previously, Goku is in slot 2, but both of them are attacking in slot 2. So I can't stop him from taking at least some damage. So we are... I think I go for... Yeah, so I go for the stun on Babidi. And the logic behind this is because Fat Buu is sealed. And obviously Fat Buu super attacked last turn, but Babidi didn't. So my main concern was making sure that that Goku in slot 2 doesn't get super attacked, because Buu can't super. So if we stun him, that would be one thing, but then Babidi could then super attack Goku, especially because he still hasn't supered yet. So I think targeting him probably was the wise idea, because Goku comes through with the stun. So now we don't have to find out. I would imagine, knowing Super Battle Road, that attack in the middle was a super. So I'm going to choose to believe that stunning him was absolutely the Giga Brain play. And then, of course, Android 17 comes in with the additional super, which means double attack lowers on Fat Buu. And so then he only takes 3,000 damage. The other great thing about MVP 17 that I didn't mention yet as well is once you're under a certain HP threshold, he does have damage reduction. And I actually can't remember exactly what it is, but it's not a very high restriction. So we are easily under it now. So he tanks nicely in that third slot. Even if you haven't attack lowered the enemy, he can still tank reasonably well as long as you're under that damage threshold. So Buu, super attacking straight away, only does 45k to Gohan. So that's not too bad. And then Gohan going off here with the 18 key super, gets a crit, takes out Babidi. So now we are one step away from our complete victory, because only Buu remains. Saiyaman 1 and 2 in the final slot here are going to seal him up. Obviously he did super attack at the start of the turn, unfortunately, but it means we now guarantee that he can't super attack us next turn. And then thanks to the little bit of attack lowering, he's only doing 18k to Saiyaman 1 and 2. Still a little bit dangerous, because I mean we've got what, 58k HP left at this point. So Gohan is obviously going to tank everything in slot 1, get us a little bit of a heal with those physical orbs. And then Goku in slot 2 will ideally come in with the stun. If he doesn't, he should survive the hit from Buu because of all the attack lowers. And then Gowasu and Zamasu seal him up again in slot 3. So I was pretty confident at this point that we were on to the winning run. And then Gohan here comes in with the additional super and actually gets the stun. So we don't now even need to worry at all about Goku, which is good because he actually slips up a little bit. Doesn't get the stun with the first one. Does he get it with the second one? Okay, he did. So he would have been fine anyway. But yeah, now that Buu is completely locked down, we have nothing left to worry about. His health is super low. and we're going into the rotation with double LRs. So it is going to be all over for Fat Buu here. There's a whole bunch of rainbow orbs, so we can get the 18 key super with LR, Goku, and Vegeta as well. And so it is going to be all over for Fat Buu here. Can't remember if Gohan is the one to actually take him out. But yeah, double 18 key supers when you've got that little health. Yeah, Gohan takes him out. So Gohan, absolutely the MVP. Getting all the stages done first so you could fully easy A him is definitely a good idea if you want to try and no items this stage. Because even if you don't use him as a leader, he's just so good. He plays a massive role. That rotation of him and the stunner Goku is just absolutely fantastic for this event. So then, there you go. Just like the Extreme AGL, we actually set a better time with our no items run. So that's pretty great, and you love to see it. So shout out to anyone who was there at the stream. We did stumble across the right team. We just didn't get enough attempts to get it done. But that is Extreme INT done, or versus Extreme INT, I should say, with super physical, no items. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, the home of the Super Battle Road King. Check out the description, the link to the Discord is there if you want to join and join in the fun there, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.